I've never been to the Super Bowl. I hope to go when the Miami Dolphins go sometime in the long future. How did that feel like,
Maybe your
the going
son,
to the
Joe.
Super Bowl? How was that?
It was awesome. It didn't really sink in until I was
Mhm.
actually there the day of because I flew out to Vegas on the 3rd. So I was there for basically 2 weeks. So I really got to see the city
Wow.
transform and get ready for
Hmm.
the game.
Wow.
And that should be illegal being in Vegas for that long. It was just, I was so happy to come home. It was a great time, but that was too long, too many days.
Yeah.
But no, it was so special. It really didn't hit me until I got in there, but the stadium was awesome. I've never been to Allegiant, so it was cool to see how they got ready for the Super Bowl. It was really nice. And so, yeah, it was very emotional, especially when they won, because that was a close one. But I didn't doubt. I didn't doubt all season long, even when everyone was hating on us. We have no receivers that can catch the ball. Offense is horrible. This team is a mess. Nope. And I said it, and everyone was like, "You're too positive. You don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, guys, we are still going to win the Super Bowl, and you don't believe it, but you'll come back to that video and you'll thank me for telling you. So it was cool. It's very rewarding for all the work that I've done this season because I started out by going to training camp, and I said during training camp, I was like, you know what, this defense is going to be top five. And even then, people were like, top five? What are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, just wait. They're like, no, not even top 10. No. And then easily at the top this season. So it was cool.
I will say that first of all, Nestor, we need to invent time travel for you to be able to watch the
Yeah,
Dolphins in the Super Bowl because
yeah.
it's been a minute and it's probably going to be a minute. So I do apologize about that. And
Um,
Jalen also never wavered this entire year when it came to the Chiefs. There might have been one point. I remember at one point he just said he's no longer betting against Patrick Mahomes. It took me until the Super Bowl to say that I'm no longer ever going to bet against Patrick Mahomes. I bet against him a lot. I apologize. I feel bad. Don't hate me. You can hit Nestor, but because he did it too. But that's pretty
First
cool.
flag.
Yeah. So you get to Vegas, and as somebody who's never been to a Super Bowl or Vegas before, for that matter, um, what was kind of the like Super Bowl day comes around? What was that like? The stadium, Allegiant Stadium, and just kind of like the buzz in the air. Bring us through that day.
Yeah, so it was cool. So I worked with the Las Vegas Super Bowl host committee, and so I had to wake up at 3 in the morning, be at the stadium by 5 a.m. So I was there all day. So it was very tiring, but it was a lot of fun. So I walk in there and we help get the stadium ready. So that was cool. I get to say that I got to water the field. I did that
That's
during the
cool.
week. So the Chiefs just won because I watered their field for them, made it
There
a
you
good
go.
field. But yeah, so we got in, we got everything ready, and so we were there for hours before the game started. So I got to go near the field. I got to see all the reporters, which it was cool. I got to meet a lot of them from Kansas City, some from CBS. And so it was just cool to kind of see how they get ready for the game too, because I didn't know that those reporters are getting there several hours ahead, obviously, to get ready. And so there's just so much that goes into the Super Bowl. And I didn't realize that even before, like, whenever they were getting the stage ready for halftime, like, I got to see that a week in advance in the setup. And so that was just awesome because I never expected that. But yeah, so it's game day. I walk in, no one in the stadium besides all of us. So we're walking around, we're finding our spots where we're going to be at, where we're going to be standing for the game. And so that was cool. The shops, there was a lot of good stuff there. And I know that a lot of the people that saw the concession stand prices were like, that's outrageous. But I mean, it's a Super Bowl. Come on, what do you guys expect? But I got to walk through all of that, see everything that they set up. So that was super cool. And then the excitement really kicked in when all of the fans were coming because seeing Chiefs fans from all over was really cool. And I got to talk to them. I love meeting fans from everywhere because there's a lot, not just in Kansas City, but literally from all across the world. So I met one couple from Germany and they traveled all the way here. So I got to talk to them. So that was awesome. And then, yeah, I got to be in with the fun, see it happen. the game starting was really cool. I was like, I cannot believe I'm at the Super Bowl. Like, that is so cool. And then the halftime was awesome. Whenever Usher was performing, he had like dollar bills going down from the top. It's like "In Usher We Trust," and then it has his face on it. I got some of them, and I know those are going to be worth a lot of money. So I
Oh, yeah.
kept them because maybe I can make some money off of that. So I'm going to wait a few years. But yeah, it
So,
was awesome.
oh, I got a few questions for you here. One, because you want to be in the, like the sports reporting business. Okay, so you were there
Mhm.
for 14 days in Vegas.
Yeah.
God, I wish I could be in Vegas for 14 days. Media day. Were you there media day when they were there on the floor doing interviews with
Mhm.
everybody from teams? And if you
Yes,
were,
for
like, what
opening.
was that environment like? And did you get to interview or kind of like talk to anybody that you thought was like, wow, this might be the coolest thing ever?
Mhm. So are you referencing opening night, that first day?
Yeah, they call it opening night now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm too old for the talk
Oh,
about
you're
it.
good. Yeah, so I was there and it was a lot of fun. I actually, so with the sports company that I was with, we were just in attendance, but I knew some of the reporters from Kansas City, and so I got to go down there on the field and be around them while they were doing their thing. So it was a really big learning experience for me. So I really cherished that. It was cool. I didn't personally get to interview any of the players, but I did get to see a very special person, Mr. Joe Montana,
Oh, there you
and it wasn't at that
go.
setting. It was in the Mandalay Bay right before that was all going down. And it's kind of a funny story of how that happened because they placed me in this hallway. It's like an empty hallway. There's only two of us there. I'm like, what are we doing? And because we're about to walk over to the stadium, and they were having like a autograph signing, something going on inside of there. And so the word is out. They're like, Joe's coming. And I'm like, Joe? And the first thing I think of is, oh, Joe Burrow is about to walk through those doors. Okay, like he's coming. And as you know, I'm from Kansas City and I love my sister to death. We're best friends, we're close in age, whatever. But on Sundays, we are not friends because she is a big Joe Burrow fan, not football fan, not a sports fan. She just likes Joe Burrow. And so this girl will wear a Joe Burrow shirt, like his face everywhere on it, on game days, just
Mhm.
to like put it in my face. And I'm like, what are you doing? So when I hear this, I'm like, wow, I really am about to get Sister of the Year award because I'm about to FaceTime my sister, and it's like Jesus is about to walk through this door right now for her, and I get to show her that. And so I'm like, dang. But no, they were like Joe Montana, and I was like, whew, good. I'm glad. I'm glad my sister doesn't get that moment. But it was so cool. So he came walking by, and obviously he had a bunch of security guards around him. So I didn't get to actually have a full conversation with him. I was just like, you were incredible. Love watching you. He was like, thank you. And he walked by. So it's very short, but still super cool. So I thought that was fun. But um, back to opening night, media day. I got to see like a lot of the players. I got to be right next to the reporters, so I took lots of videos of them interviewing them, just walking around in that environment, and it was super cool because like I said, I went to training camp and I got to cover that and talk to a lot of the players and just go through the whole season with them. So it was awesome to see them there. And I was super excited for the rookie Rice because he was just so excited. He's just like kid there. Like it's just his dream. And so you could see his excitement. So that was cool. But the boos were crazy. Like I wasn't expecting it to be like that. Like as soon as they got down there on the stage, everyone hated the Chiefs.
Well, I mean, San Francisco is a little bit closer to Vegas, I think, than
Mhm.
Kansas City. So that might be the reason why. So I'm really glad that you got to be on the field for that. So, second question about football, and I'm going to ask you a question about Vegas. So you said you were there in the stadium. Did you have a seat? Were you standing somewhere? Were you on the field?
Mhm.
Like where
Yep.
were you watching
I
the game?
yeah. So I did get to watch the game. I was in section 325, so it was about like I'd say the 25-yard line, Kansas City side. So it was super cool. Had a really good spot. No one in front of me, just the glass. So I got an open view. It was awesome.
So you didn't make it down to the field.
Mm-mm.
That would have been awesome.
I
Yeah.
know. I got super close. I got to row one after they won, and I got like up close to all of them whenever they were walking off for some videos, but couldn't climb down there.
They let drunk Kevin Hart on the field when Philly won a Super Bowl, but they wouldn't let you on the field. That's messed up. Okay, so
No, I know.
the question about Vegas, because I love Vegas, the sports podcast, but I have to do it, Jen. I'm sorry. I go to Vegas every year. Just went I think 2 times this last year. What did you love about Vegas? What did you hate about Vegas? Were there any like favorite restaurants you went to? Like
Mhm.
what was that experience like for 14 days? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so in the beginning, I loved it. I love big cities. I feel like Kansas City still gives like the vibe of a small town, not super big. Feel like a lot of people know each other, whatever. So I love experiencing big cities and getting to go around, walk the strip. That was really cool. But towards the end there, I was honestly sick of it. I feel like just all the casinos and the drunk people, the crazy people, because with the company that I was with, we were attending like panels and conferences literally from like 6 in the morning until 10 p.m. at night. So by the time that I walked out of those doors, I just wanted to go
Oh,
to sleep. And then I'm just in craziness. Like I'm so tired. I'm in like a blazer and a pantsuit. Like I'm in a nice outfit and I just feel so out of place when I'm walking through these casinos and all these people and these outfits. And I'm just seeing everyone, I'm like, "Ugh, I shouldn't be here right now." So it was funny. It was like a mix of two worlds. But yeah, I'd say I got sick of the casinos a lot and just the craziness. But I am a big fan of In and Out, and I know that's not just a Vegas thing, it's a West Coast thing. I had it like 8 times, and I know that's bad, but I can eat those animal fries. My last day there, I got like four of those things. I'm like, I better cherish this right now because we don't have that.
yep. I know,
Um,
I know
yeah.
exactly where you probably went to the one on the strip in between the Flamingo and the Link in that little area where they got like a bunch of plates near the High Roller, right? Yeah,
Yep.
that's a.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been there so many times. What hotel did they put you guys up at? Did they put you guys on the strip? Or did they put you guys off the strip? Or like where were you guys?
Mhm. So we all split into different Airbnbs, and so we actually stayed in North Vegas, and we had a really nice house, and I liked it because it was I think it was like 20-25 minutes away. It's just Ubering was the only problem I spent a lot of money on, but I had a good experience there. It was like a pretty nice neighborhood, except my last day I got locked out of my house. So,
Damn.
Uh, I would suggest the next time you go back, don't do 14 days. That does sound like a lot. I would enjoy it, but I can understand that you didn't. You probably try to stay at the Aria Sky Suites. That's where my family tried to stay at the Aria Hotel. It's a little bit quieter. Last time I was there was a Where's Waldo convention though, so that was a little weird. And I saw someone walking around as a
You won't let
Smurf.
that go.
I won't. I will never let that go. Coming back from dinner, and I'm like, why is everybody's dressed as Waldo? You're supposed to blend in. All you guys are standing out like a sore thumb. Um, but well, I'm glad you had a fun time in Vegas,
thank
and I'm
you.
glad you got to have that experience at the Super Bowl. I really hope that I can have that at some point, especially with your favorite team.
Yeah.
That's what
Mhm.
really.